and we are going to be talking about power hours. Okay. And I'm going to introduce it as the boot camp. Okay. So I'll be working in the boot camp. You don't need to worry about that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. All right. Getting in a little closer. And we're off. Hey guys, Brian Hilliard here, author of the best-selling book Networking Like a Pro, and I am here with Deb Doughty, and we are fired up here today because we are going to talk about a quick little tip that you can use to put more time back in your day. And I know, Deb, this is something that you use all the time. You use it obviously in your coaching practice.
Absolutely.
You use it when you're talking to clients. I guess I was going to do a drum roll, but then it occurred to me that the table might not be able to handle that, so I won't do the drum roll.
Gotcha.
Why don't you tell them what it is?
Funny. Thank you. Well, actually, it's having a power hour.
Okay.
And whether you have 2 hours in a day, but you're going to do 2 hours of power hours, or it's one evening that you're going to put aside to do whatever it is that you need to do within an hour's time.
Right.
But the power hour is so that you focus on the things that need to get done without any other interruptions. So you see I'm smiling about that.
Because we've talked about this.
And that means that you are not looking at your phone.
Right.
You are not on the computer.
We're not updating our status.
Right. You're not doing any of that.
What about walking the dog? Are we doing that?
No, you're not walking the dog
Fine.
either.
That's fine.
And if you happen to have a business that's in your home, it is behind your office doors when the door is shut.
Right.
And nobody else, if they happen to be in the house, comes in during that time. So
unless they're dead or bleeding.
Right. And that was my standard. Unless you're dying or you're bleeding or the house is on fire, then do not come in. Right. So you have to take it very seriously and be very intentional with that time. And for that hour, you are doing outgoing calls. So you're being proactive. Right. If it's that you're doing calls, it could be the other things that you're doing. So I'm going to give you some examples.
Right.
Maybe for the 1 hour, you're doing a half hour of calling on prospects that you just met over the last few days, and you're looking at booking appointments with them, and whatever the case may be.
Coffees, things like that.
Coffee
Follow
connections
up from
is what we,
networking. Yeah.
So that could be a half hour. And then maybe the following half hour is actually calling clients that you already have just done business with over the last several
weeks. Are you
weeks.
telling me we're going to follow up with people?
Well, I would hope so.
Because that to me sounds like customer service. By the way, is it me or has customer service in this country gotten worse? It seems like every time I get on the phone, it seems like every time I get on the phone, I get a 10-minute hold time.
Right.
But we don't have time for that right now. I'm sorry I interrupted.
So it is customer service. It is following up with the clients that you just, sold something to or provided a service or what have you over the last few weeks.
Right.
That can be, part of that hour. You could also have 15-minute increments that you just do that, and maybe one of those 15-minute increments is actually taking all the prospects or leads, the people that you just met while you've been networking or people refer to you, whatever, and you are linking in with them on LinkedIn.
Or putting them in, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was just going to say, putting them in your contact management system.
Right.
I think the big conversation that we have a lot, we talk about this in different resources that we have, the big conversation that we have a lot is that people are overwhelmed.
Absolutely.
Right? They're overwhelmed. And part of the problem, and we've talked about this, part of the problem is that it's not a conversation about getting all 1,001 things done, right? It's simplifying your business life so that there aren't 1,001 things that you need to do.
And having a structure behind it.
And having a structure and having a process that allows you to get through that. And a power hour is one of these things where, and it could be a power half hour, so don't get caught up on, it could be a power 3 days, so don't get caught up on the terminology. But the idea is that you have a structured time, and I love that, how you break that down into 15-minute increments. So examples you were talking about, prospecting, following up with people. People always tell me, oh, well, I don't have time to follow up. Well,
follow up. Things that you don't have time not to do.
Yeah, it's like going to the bank. Following up with people. My dog loves going to the bank. We've gotten conditioned now where every time he sees the thing with the bank, he knows that there's a treat. It's ridiculous. Going to the bank, you always have time to do. Same thing with following up. linking in with people. You already said that. Sending out emails, okay, for stuff. Inputting stuff into a database.
Absolutely.
We use Less Annoying CRM. I personally use Less Annoying CRM to be able to do some of these things that you can to be successful.
Right.
What we're trying to say when the conversation is about putting more time back in your day, and the conversation is around, in our case, power hours and being more, productive. We're having a conversation around simplicity, and we're having a conversation around efficiency.
Right. And part of that is having less stress.
Right.
So
Right.
What I found over the years is when you do this, you are less stressed.
Right.
So you are more productive because you have everything in one place.
Right.
You're not jumping from one call to the next, because your brain can't function like that. It gets confused.
Right.
And multitasking really doesn't do anything for you but gets you kind of off track a lot of the times.
Well, and it's interesting you say that, Deb, because a lot of times people, they go in and they've got 50 windows open on their thing. They're trying to, a friend of mine's trying to get me, he gave me three, I don't think he gave me three, no, he gave me 2 computer monitors.
Wow.
Like a month ago. No, it's a while ago. He gave me 2 computer monitors, and I put them in a garage. And he says, well, why have you not used them yet? And I said, well, because I have one set of eyes, so I don't know why I need 5 sets of monitors. And he's like, but it helps you. This is what he says, it helps you multitask, and you'll be able to move around faster.
Right.
I said, I'm going to pass on that.
Right.
Because multitasking is really a dispersion of effort.
Right.
We think it's some type of badge of... Multitasking is a dispersion of effort, and power hours, back to that point, is the opposite of that. Right? Very, actually, literally, the opposite of that. Instead of a dispersion, it is I don't know what the opposite of dispersion is, but it's making it more focused.
Inclusive.
There you go. There you go. That's exactly right. It's inclusive, so that people are more focused on what it is that you're able to do.
Right.
And when you do that, what happens is you become more productive.
Right.
You become more organized. You become less stressed, and you get more time back in your day, and you get more done because you don't have to worry about it. That's exactly right.
And you're not looking all over the place for the 50 papers that you have here, there, everywhere.
Well, that's another video, Deb. We'll cover that. That's another video. But yes, she's right about that. You're not looking all over the place to be able to do that. All right? So that was hopefully some good stuff. Hopefully you guys got some good information from this, and you can see that you can be able to implement this right away. For Deb Doughty, my name is Brian Hilliard, saying so long, take care, and thank you for your time.
Bye.
Those are easy, Deb.
We can do another one.
You want to do one more?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do that so that we have the